Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, this is my new setup. I literally spent all my day trying to get the lights, the camera, the sound, everything to fit perfectly so I can get these nice colors in the background. I feel a little proud. I actually feel really good about myself. I must say, I am pretty amazing. I am really, really amazing. At one point, I felt like I had completely gone off track and I was not going to make it. I even had to reset my entire Wi-Fi and reconnect all my devices. Long story short, welcome back to episode 27. And let's begin by reading some tweets because that's what you're here for. We're going to read some tweets. We're going to have some fun. And we are going to get right into it. Let's get right into it. Okay. What is happening in the Twitter universe? By the way, David Dobrik is totally canceled. He totally fucked up. If you don't know who David Dobrik is, don't even worry about it. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. First tweet with all of these colorful lights. We humans are better at pointing out the elephants in other rooms than in our own. Well, that's pretty true. It's so easy to point at others and see what's wrong with them and label them from this standard of black and white. But when it comes to yourself, then you're like, oh no, I'm not black and white. I am like 500 million shades of gray. In fact, I am the RGB version of gray. Oh no, I'm nuanced. I have depth. I have different perspectives. But the other person, no, that other person needs to be put in a box. Like seriously, shut the fuck up. Did I just go like super dark here? Stop pointing fingers and look at your own self in the mirror. Try to fix your own shit and stop putting people in boxes. I'll give you an example. You hear somebody say something and you're like, oh my God, I'm totally offended. It's so easy to get outraged. That's the easiest way to cop out. I don't know. I just feel that we need to be a little bit more responsible, have a little bit more empathy, be sensitive that other people are also human beings. People make mistakes. You could make a mistake. I could make a mistake. We should understand that the other person could be going through a really rough patch. The other person could be going through a lot of shit. Everybody has their own way of dealing with problems. Let's just be better. I'm going to try and be better. Okay, next tweet. Ooh, okay. Next tweet is by Jack Butcher. One person can drastically alter the trajectory of your life. I completely agree with this statement that there's certain people that I've met and that have come into my life and they said a few words, a sentence, and that totally changed my perspective, my outlook. They shifted my inner beliefs. They fundamentally changed who I was from that moment on. At the top of my mind, a few people I can name outside of my parents. My sister's had a very strong influence in my life. She's really pushed me at times where I was like, I don't feel like doing it. I had my own inertia come in the way, but she would push me to do things. In fact, even this whole doing videos, making kind of was her idea. Even moving to Toronto, moving to downtown, living the life that I wanted was her idea. Then Umber, who told me things about brand strategy, branding. Anish Panot, who told me about advertising, marketing, everything, the fundamentals, and just how to behave like an owner. In fact, I think I could do like a dedicated video on just the people who've influenced my life. Okay, next tweet. Stop learning by consuming. Start learning by creating. Stop learning by researching. Start learning by doing. Stop learning by listening. Start learning by talking. Stop learning by reading. Start learning by writing. Okay, I totally get the intent of the tweet, especially for people who are stuck in their heads. They're overthinking it. They're not dispatching or doing the thing that they really, really want to do or saying the thing to that person that they really want to say. So for those people, this is pretty accurate. It's great advice. For other people who like to go into the depths, into the weeds, really understand a subject, really understand a problem, get to the foundational truth. For those people, not so much. Because in the world, you need both kinds of people. You need people who go deep and do the research. And then there are people who constantly are experimenting and iterating. A different perspective on this tweet could be that you, as you're learning, as you're reading, put that into practice right away. Create or develop a cycle for yourself, which you're comfortable with, that works for you. So let's say you could have a daily schedule. You could have a weekly schedule that in the first few days of the week, I'm going to consume, I'm going to listen, I'm going to learn. But on Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to write a blog article. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to record a podcast. And that puts you in a cycle of going deep and learning, which is also very important. But at the same time, you are giving yourself and allowing yourself to produce and dispatch. Also, you don't have to release it to the public. Do it for yourself. Even if you have a journal at home and you write in it, that's great. You don't need to prove to other people anything, okay? Do it for yourself first. Have it come from the right place. Ooh, okay. One final tweet, okay? This actually ties in really well with what we just talked about. When you're doing things that you're passionate about, that you care about, and you're doing it for yourself, and other people join in the fun, they are interested in what you're doing because you're interested in what you're doing, that's a home run. But if you get in this cycle of trying to impress people, or you're trying to make content so it fits the narrative of your audience, I wouldn't pander to your audience. Do what you love and let the audience build based on that. So the tweet goes, don't get good at something you hate. Well, I don't have any strong hates for anything, but I would totally suck as a banker. Okay, so that is today's episode. And this is my new setup. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this new setup with the lights, with the angles. Is my face more flattering? Is it more sexy? And yeah, I will see you tomorrow.